All right, welcome to the Pod 2.0. We have a very special show for you tonight. Today we're going to be behind the podcast scene here. We're going to interview one of our members of the show, Chris.
Hey.
I'm Ben, and with us is David. And tonight we're basically going to get to know one of the members of our team, Chris. So we're basically just going to ask Chris a bunch of questions. What makes Chris Chris? Where he got the idea for that silly haircut, and where he's from. Just kind of get in the mind of Chris. What makes him who he is. So Chris, let's just jump right into it here.
Yeah, we'll start out by saying it's not that silly of a haircut. There's lots of adults that have haircuts like this.
Elvis impersonators.
Yeah, it's been acceptable for like 60-something years. So, you can go ahead and move on from there.
All right, well, obviously you have a distinctive style. It's kind of West Coast type of...
Well, you were definitely really bummed when I was wearing those hats, right? Because I was out of product for a while, right?
Yeah, it was.
Suavecito.
It's kind of like who you are. It's like what you are. What do they call that?
Shallow?
Well, it's not a pretty face, right? I got to have something to set me apart.
That's right. You got a peacock, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I don't know if I'd be a peacock, though. I'd probably be something a little heavier. You got a turkey, man. You got a turkey. You got a turkey. Every once in a while, you just got a turkey a little bit.
All right, Chris, so where are you from?
I am from Chula Vista, California, originally.
That's a rough neighborhood, or is it suburbs? I mean,
Mario Lopez is from there.
Who's that?
It's AC Slater.
What'd you drive in high school? What kind of car?
I did not have a car. I had a skateboard.
Damn.
I didn't get a car until I finished high school.
And whose car was it originally?
Oh, it was my car. I bought it. It was used as a 2007 Hyundai Accent.
All right.
Yeah, Tang. That was the color, Tang.
So Chula Vista isn't exactly a hood.
No, but I mean, like, Chula Vista is a pretty big place. I mean, it pretty much gets divided by the 805 freeway, which is a north-south freeway. Runs from North County all the way down towards the border. And there's like old Chula Vista, which is where I lived. Not new, not super nice. And then there's New Chula Vista, which is like a bunch of brand new houses, straight up suburbs.
So you lived in there?
This is a great episode right here.
So you were poor.
Oh God! So you live in the nice side of the?
I'm not on the other side.
You're in the other side.
The other side.
All right. Did you fear for your life in high school?
No. I did fine in high school. I didn't really fit into like
clothes.
No, actually, believe it or not, I was about 90 pounds skinnier. Yeah.
Then what?
Than I am right now.
So you'd only be 390 then.
Damn.
Oh shit! That's why you don't feed him after midnight, son. Oh man.
Yeah, I was about like 154 pounds.
That's pretty light.
Yeah, I was real skinny.
Yeah, did you play sports?
I played football. I wrestled. I was on academic league and academic decathlon. You can letter in it, I guess, right?
You can letter in academic league?
Yeah. But I did play football and I wrestled. I wrestled at a few different weight classes. And
as you ballooned outward, I'm sure.
No, actually, I couldn't beat the guys that were at my weight class, so I had to go to heavier weight classes in order to wrestle. So like my senior year, I didn't win a single match my whole year because like I was 150 and I was wrestling at like 189s. Wow. And I just got smoked like the whole year. I got my ass kicked. like super bad.
So were you a jock in high school? Were you a nerd? Who did you hang out
That
with?
was the thing. Like, I played guitar. I was in a couple bands. I also played sports. I took AP classes. So I didn't really fit in with any of those groups because I did shit that those groups weren't into. So I was just kind of on my own thing. My good buddy Martin, he was on a couple of episodes. We hung out a lot, and I had some other groups of friends, Mario, Jose, a lot of brown guy names. Yeah. But it's cool.
This is Jermaine. When you guys hung out and you went to parties, did any of your friends...
You could take out that like go to parties part.
Oh! Was that bad, huh?
Well, no, it's I played sports. I took AP classes. I worked in high school. I didn't really have too much time to party and really soak it up. Just like I am now, I was always on a pretty tight schedule. I had a lot of stuff to do. I was pretty independent because it was just me and my mom. But my mom worked a lot. She was busy, with her life. So I was on my own schedule a lot of the time, Nobody made sure that I got up to go to school. Nobody made sure I made it to work. It was, okay, you get off of work, take the bus to the trolley, take the trolley downtown, go to work, get off, come home, do homework, make it a football practice, make it a tapes on Saturday. It was me taking care of myself. So I didn't really have a lot of time to party and stuff like that. But I did. But, that whole, oh, hey... when you guys went to parties, it was more like, so, you had a Friday off, watched Faces of Death 1 through 4 again. That kind of stuff. Read Batman comics.
What was your fondest high school memory?
Oh, man. There's...
Don't say the word hand job.
Well, I'm saving myself for marriage.
It appreciates that.
It's kind of a nerd thing, but I would say probably one of the coolest things that I reflect back on fondly is when I got a medal for academic decathlon at the Natural History Museum.
Not a fucking sport. We've been over this.
Wait, I got a medal. That was a pretty fond memory, so thanks for shitting on that.
What was your event?
Oh, no, you know what? Actually, you know what else was really cool? I got the Youth of the Year award from the Boys and Girls Club for my volunteer work, because out here at high schools out here, you had to do so many hours of volunteer work, so I got that. That was pretty cool.
When you were in high school, you volunteered?
Yeah, you had to do a minimum set amount of hours in order to graduate, so I did a bunch extra.
I see you went above and beyond then.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm a fucking winner.
Then explain your current predicament in life. Why the fuck are you here if you're such a winner?
Because, I really like talking about nerd stuff, and you guys are some pretty big... You guys are some pretty big nerds, too. So, yeah. We actually have a lot in common.
Sprinkles are for winners.
Coffee's for closers.
Yeah, let's reference other things instead of coming up with our own creativity. Somebody else said it, therefore if I say it, it's funny.
Sell the jokes.
All right. So I think we already covered this, but when did you know definitively that you were going to be the nerd that you are today?
Yeah, I talk about when I discovered comic books and stuff like that. And
that was when you were very young, like 4 years old, right?
Yeah, I remember being at it was a Christmas parade down in Chula Vista on 3rd Avenue, and they were giving out free comics. It was this comic shop that went out of business. But I remember getting that comic and just thinking like, wow, this is... I never seen anything like this, It's like a storybook, but it's a lot more adult. It's different and everything else. But, for a while, I kind of dropped all the comic book and Star Wars stuff because of girls, in high school. I was like, okay, girls are going to be into that stuff. I was really into music and everything else, but right around the time I graduated, that's when think that's when I decided, just let my nerd flag fly. Just accept it, embrace it. That's what it's all about.
So when you're in high school, who was your favorite musician or favorite band?
Man, my neighbor Maurice got me into Joy Division like my sophomore year. I was really into them. I was really into Lou Reed.
Lou Reed and Joy Division. That sounds more like a goth type of neo-punk type of deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Like,
he doesn't know what those words mean.
Just like any teenager, right? At some point, any teenager is kind of broody. The kind of stuff you're into, the kind of things you like. I remember in middle school, Martin and I got our hands on like some Johnny the Homicidal Maniac comics and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm sure you guys remember that. No, well, I'm talking about being like a broody teenager.
You said you and Martin got your hands on something. I was thinking
something else.
Yeah.
Like
maybe I don't know, like
each
large.
other.
Well, he already said he was saving himself for marriage, so Martin's got to wait. But it's legal now. So
but I own that ass.
Yeah, I remember last year you tried to sell them for a pack of cigarettes.
I don't even smoke.
So obviously you don't value your relationship with Martin.
Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those things. We've been through a lot together. We actually went a few years without talking, but we were able to.
Brought him here, you go a few more.
Yeah, everything ended up working itself out. So he's one of those life friends. We joke around a lot, but that's just kind of how our relationship is.
Sounds pretty inspiring. What'd you do after high school?
Well, after high school, I wouldn't say it was a dead-end job because I definitely learned a lot, but I spent more than 5 years working at a pretty big department store chain, doing loss prevention and stuff like that.
So you were a fake cop.
Yeah, I was rent-a-cop. But I had a radio, handcuffs, and got to wear normal clothes, so that was all right. Yeah, I met a lot of cool people, learned a lot of stuff. Just kind of getting ready for life after that.
So growing up, what was your favorite video game?
Growing up, my favorite video game, man, probably Resident Evil 2. I think I probably...
The Genesis?
No, on PlayStation 1.
Oh, okay.
Resident Evil 2. That was the one where it had 2 discs, and you could play like the alternate scenarios. Like it was like Leon A, Claire B, Claire A.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember
Leon
that.
B, and then if you complete all those successfully, then you had Survivor mode, and after Survivor mode, you could unlock Hunk, and then if you beat Hunk, then you could unlock the giant tofu block. I think I spent more time. I probably spent more time playing Final Fantasy VIII. But
I think you misspoke. You said 8, not 7.
yeah, I said 8. Okay, David, what do you got? what do you got? No comment? Are you
They're all
that
shit after they go to 3D. It doesn't matter.
it's taken back? I would say 8 appealed to me because of between having the Guardian Forces and like the card game implemented within the game too. I played a lot of Pokemon as a kid because I'm a little bit younger than you guys. I was right at that right age when Pokemon hit the States that I was all over it. So, yeah, Final Fantasy VIII definitely appealed to me a lot more than 7 did. So, yeah, that, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 2. I spent like hours upon hours playing those games.
Nice. So, favorite childhood cartoon?
Probably Batman the Animated Series. That's a show that I still enjoy to this day, and I constantly watch those episodes.
What about that show appealed to you?
It was the same thing that turned me on to comic books. It was just different than everything else. I remember even as a kid, like watching cartoons, like, you'd watch like the old Flintstone cartoons, and they were kind of lazy, with like Hanna-Barbera stuff about like stacking up the frames. Like you kind of knew something was going to move before it did because it was a different color than everything else, stuff like that. And, watching all these cartoons, they're all just, kind of generic and whatever. But then I remember seeing Batman the Animated Series and just like the colors, like the gravity of that show. Even as a kid, it's just like, it's so different. I like it.
What was your favorite book or literature?
My favorite book.
When you were growing up? When
I was growing up. I would say when I was in elementary school, I read Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I don't know if you guys ever read. Sorry, I don't know if you guys ever read that book. It takes place like in the South, and it's these what would you call them? Cash croppers? I can't remember the name. Sharecroppers. Yeah, it was this family that did sharecropping, and they kind of dealt with living in. They're being African American and living in the South, after slavery had been abolished and all the struggles that came with that. Then in middle school, I got really into S.E. Hinton and all of her books, like The Outsiders and Rumblefish, Tex. I don't know if you guys ever...
All the books that you're forced to fucking read?
No, we weren't forced to read those ones, but...
you must have went to a shitty school.
Well, I went to a public school in Chula Vista, so I think that probably says it right there.
Real quick question: do you guys have metal detectors in your school entranceway, or
no?
So it wasn't that bad of a place then.
It's not a bad place, but there wasn't as many opportunities as some of the nicer schools in North County. Yeah,
with the white people. You can say it.
Yeah. The white people schools, yeah. Like, I remember in high school, we had a few AP classes, but we didn't have, like, a lot. And my GPA wasn't terrible. I think I ended with, like, a 3.2 or something, right? But these North County schools, they had so many AP classes available that these kids were pushing like 4.8 GPAs and stuff like that.
No, they're just because it's weighted differently.
Yeah. So it's like, how can I compete with schools like that when it comes to applying to colleges?
Well, how did you do in your SATs? Were you
I
a
did
good
fine.
test taker?
Yeah, I did fine. I applied to...
I noticed that you didn't actually say a score there.
Yeah, well, I don't remember. Do you remember your SAT scores?
Yeah.
I don't remember mine. If the audience could just see like the shrug that he just gave me.
Well, I don't want to confuse you with more big words.
Yeah, or numbers, right? Yeah. So, San Jose State almost took me, but they were like, "Hey, you know what?
We don't want any more brown people."
We got enough. No, San Jose State, they were like, oh, hey, a bunch of people said they were going to come here, but why don't you wait till the end of summer, and if all those people don't show up, then we'll take you. So I was kind of like, well, I don't want to spend all summer waiting for that, and I don't even know if the career I want to take requires a degree, so I ended up just kind of, working all summer, and then I started community college in the fall.
How'd that go?
I decided it wasn't really for me because the jobs I wanted to pursue didn't really involve having a degree.
So you're a fuck up, basically.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Movies. You're a big movie goer.
Yeah. I was a latchkey kid, so I spent a lot of time watching television and movies and stuff like that. And over the years, those were the type of people that I made friends with, the people who really were into movies, like, in high school, and like, probably, actually, now that I think about it, probably starting in middle or elementary school, started watching like Sam Raimi movies, like the Evil Dead series and stuff like that. Martin got all the Faces of Death from his uncle. We'd watch stuff like that. Kevin Smith movies, Quentin Tarantino. I remember seeing Pulp Fiction. I think I was in like the second grade. I saw that. So I was always really into movies.
What was your favorite job?
My favorite job, man.
Yeah, those things that you do that they pay you to do.
Not volunteering, right?
Or stealing.
Stealing. Wow. Sheesh. I'd probably say my favorite job, not because of the actual job, but just how easy my life was when I worked at a deli in downtown San Diego. Yeah. I worked at a deli in downtown San Diego called Mona Lisa's. Just because, I was right out of high school. I had a girlfriend, I had a job, no responsibilities, no worries, not going to school. It was great.
Some people would actually classify a job as a responsibility.
Well, not any real responsibilities. Just show up and make sandwiches, right?
Did you work for Italians?
Yes.
They had mustaches.
One of them did. Is three brothers that would run it. Their dad had originally opened it. It was the Bernetto family.
Oh, so it was a family.
It was family-owned business.
Now, when you say family, do you mean family or do you mean La Familia?
I'm sure everything's on the up and up, right?
Were they ever wearing tracksuits together?
No. They didn't hit any stereotypes.
I don't know. They named their deli Mona Lisa.
Yeah. Well, you don't hear about, taco shops named, Trevor's Taco Shop. It's usually Roberto's or Norberto's or Jose's Tacos, yeah.
Speaking of food, what's your favorite dish?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of pizza?
All the pizza. All the pizza ever.
All right, moving on to your adult life.
Has he had one of those?
Yeah, when does that start?
Okay, currently, what's your favorite band?
Oh, man. I'm not going to go for, favorite band, but I would say, who I listen to the most.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say I listen to a lot of Deke Dickerson and Los Straitjackets. Yeah, I've been listening to those guys a lot.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, you asked.
Do you go see many concerts?
Yeah, I used to go to a lot.
Why the fuck are we still talking about music?
Just because you hate music doesn't mean that everyone else does.
What was the last concert you've been in?
Jerry Only, Misfits. That was a few weeks ago. He started this new supergroup called She Demons, mm-hmm. and it's 5 really hot chicks that look like vamp witches and stuff, and they sing some Hot Topic rock and roll. I don't know, they're really good. I think they're probably going to get huge with the teenage girls and stuff like that, and they definitely will probably get the boys appeal because they're all super hot.
What's your favorite video game currently?
I've kind of taken a bit of a break from video games. I haven't really had time for that.
What have you been doing instead?
I picked up painting. Started painting. Yeah, I got all these adult responsibilities and stuff like that.
David, so. Nothing.
Spray painting the side of a building does not count.
El Barto. Actually,
I can't even think of a real artist to reference there. You have to go back to TV.
Oh, I can give you Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo.
They have last names. Can you name any one of their last names?
Weren't those their last names?
No.
No, I painted.
One of them's even really stupid fucking easy. Even you should know it. Come on, you know it.
Da Vinci?
There you go.
Hey, like the pasta? I painted a robot and an Ewok.
So you're a Star Wars fan?
Oh yeah. I think we settled that in one of the earlier podcasts, Star Wars versus Star Trek.
Yeah, that's what we call a throwback.
Yeah, throwback Thursday.
Where do you shop for your clothing?
Most of my shirts are from shows, like band shirts. I get shirts off of Threadless also. I don't know if either of you guys have ever been on there. Like limited edition prints with like really gnarly shit on it. There, Macy's, the van store. Like Vans.
You get your clothes out of a van.
Yeah. Multiple Vans, right? Vans.
So we know you're a big comic guy, Chris. What are you looking forward to coming up in the comic book world?
Recently there was a pretty interesting story arc in Batman.
What a fucking shock he goes back to Batman.
Yeah, always. So I don't want to throw any like major spoilers out there, but some crazy stuff happens, and I kind of want to see how it plays out. I'm also reading Harley Quinn. That's probably
That's
becoming
still Batman.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that comic is probably one of the better comics like I've ever read continuously, like ever. Like I like Preacher a lot. That's really good, but this Harley Quinn comic, it really speaks to me.
Why does it speak to you?
It's chalked up with like dick jokes, lesbian jokes, like Quentin Tarantino references, all kinds of like obscure shitty movies that we watch, just referencing stuff like that. It feels like it's written by people I would hang out with.
They wouldn't hang out with you, would they?
Probably not. I've been into
for one thing.
What? Wow, way to make it racial. I've been super into Nail Biters. It's pretty good. It's this comic about serial killers. I've been digging that a lot.
If you could have sex with any actress, past or present, which
Pass.
would it be?
Now, I love that you specified actress. Because that really narrows his options.
Why do you think I said pass?
That's awful.
Rosario Dawson or Margot Robbie. If you're listening, Rosario. We did.
Yeah, our podcast has that kind of appeal.
We don't know. People have ears. I actually met her one time, and I think we had a moment. Yeah.
And who's Rosario?
You don't know who Rosario Dawson is?
Go ahead, explain it.
She was in The 25th Hour. She was in Alexander. She was in Clerks 2, Men in Black 2. What else? She's been in a bunch of...
Okay.
She was on the new Daredevil show.
All right, if you had to have sex with one male actor, who would it be?
Again, pass, right? Let's set the rules for this, right?
The rules are you answered the fucking question.
No, we answered the question.
That is the rule.
But if I have to answer this question, then when you guys get interviewed, you guys have to answer too. Am I getting a solid?
You're getting a solid requirement to answer the question, so answer the question.
So, because there's going to need to be repercussions.
The repercussions are if you don't answer the question, we don't let you see Martin anymore. And we know how badly you want to see. I can see you tenting right now. So just answer
James Franco.
There you go. Was that really so fucking hard?
Well, then
That's on the tip of your tongue.
Actually, I have a picture of him in my wallet.
All right, favorite board game?
Favorite board game? Monopoly.
Fucking retarded answer. Fucking roll your dice, move your mice. No thought required. What a shock.
I don't come back from the physical gaming.
Like as in Twister?
You guys. Twister, not so much.
No,
I'm talking about like board games and tabletop games.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really grow up playing those, so I'm not really as in touch as you guys are.
Okay. Your favorite television show
Currently or ever?
currently? What's trending in Chris's world?
Man. I'm watching the X-Files a lot right now.
X-Files, that's the throwback.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm a bit younger than you guys, so when I was a kid, it was either too scary or it was like just, grown-ups talking. And as an adult, I was like, I'm into like the occult, the supernatural, all that stuff. So, I'm going to give this show a shot. And I've just been like binge watching over the past few months. Every chance I get an episode or two in. All-time favorite show, though, for me is The Sopranos.
Sopranos, all-time favorite. That's number one for you.
Yeah, number one.
All right, what about movie?
Movie Pulp Fiction.
Okay. In the past year and a half, what would be your favorite recent movie?
There's only one right answer here.
The Fault of Our Stars. Now, man, I would say in the
I love
past.
that sarcastic confession. He disguised his real answer as a sarcastic answer.
Oh man, now I'm trying to think.
James Franco.
On the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
James Franco.
Oh man, in the past year and a half, what movie really blew me away?
Again with the blowjobs, it's you.
Oh man, I'm trying to think because typically every year, one movie really blows me away.
Apparently it didn't. This year.
Well, like last year was kind of a shitty year for movies.
Did you say it was mediocre?
Mediocre.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
Yeah. I saw that movie like 3 times already.
Yeah, that's the right answer, by the way, Chris.
Yeah. I probably have to go with that because I can't think of another movie that really rocked my socks. Yeah, that was really good. Guardians of the Galaxy is really good.
Okay, what's your stance on hipsters?
Not too crazy about them, yeah. But I mean, they're everywhere, especially the kind of places end up hanging out or going.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah. Well, I would say the thing that bothers me the most is I like Ballast Point beer, right?
Which is a local...
It's a local brewery
in San Diego.
Yeah, a local brewery here in San Diego. I like their beer, and even in the hottest part of the summer, you go out to just about any bar here in San Diego, and it's all like, oh, hey, can I get a Ballast Point? And they're like, oh, actually, we don't have any pale ales right now. We have a Russian Imperial Stout, we have a double IPA, and it's like 90 degrees outside. I want something kind of
light,
cool and refreshing. Maybe not a Coors Light, but something that doesn't taste like maple syrup. You know? And the hipsters, it's all about IPAs and stuff like that out here. So that's kind of obnoxious.
If you could identify yourself as an animal, which would it be?
I'd probably go with the hyena because I get that a lot, and I'd say between
he scavenges and he steals.
Oh, zing!
And he's brown.
Wow, power. Oh, because a lot of people say that because I'm a pretty jovial guy. I'm always laughing and stuff like that. And
what's your favorite place outside of California?
Oh man, I haven't. The farthest west I've ever made it was probably Dallas. Farthest north, San Francisco, and a whole bunch of places in between. I definitely like Austin, Texas a lot. It's kind of like the Frisco of Texas. It's pretty comparable to California, but not without all the same, stupid rules and stuff like that. It's not as populated. Yeah. It's a little bit slower. Like there's like a lot of places out there you can't buy alcohol on Sunday and stuff like that.
So wrapping up, your online activity, if you give it a percentile breakdown, what do you do online?
Probably just catch up on movie and music news. That's pretty
100%.
Much. Yeah, that's pretty much like all of it. Because
you're saving yourself for Martin.
Yeah, because I'm saving myself for Martin and James Franco. Yeah, because a lot of the bands and directors and stuff like that, stuff like Facebook is just a main line into their fan base, so you can get caught up with all kinds of information and casting and, hey, we're going to be filming here on this day. What do you guys think about this? Vote on this for the next movie. It's all pretty interactive, so I use social media to keep up with that kind of stuff.
All right, pretty cool. Well, that was Chris, the first member of the pod. We hope that you found his life as entertaining as we found it. And tune in for the next interview. Thanks.